So let's talk about the unveiling of the Lord from heaven with the angels of his ability in a flame of fire. Where first, what we really should understand is that the word unveiling in the Greek from apocalypsis contains the preposition apo, which denotes or governs something away from the surface. Okay, so it's a process. It's not an all at once revealing. And this word is mistranslated revealing. So it's not a revealing. Like if you turn a light on, boom, you can see everything. That's a revealing. This is an unveiling. It's like the lifting of a veil. It's procedural. Okay, so what Paul is explaining here concerning the figure of the flames of fire points to Hebrews 1:7. Okay, so in the unveiling of the Lord Jesus from heaven with the angels of his ability are coming with him. And not only that, we see that there are spirits being made. It's the making of the spirits into his angels and the flames of fire into his officiators. So the angels with him are officiators. To do officiation means people work. But angels aren't people. So when these angels are being dispatched into the service, they're being dispatched to those who are about to allot safeguarding, who are not being yet made angels. So these will be beside the angels. Where in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, we read, God did not set us into wrath, but into the surround of safeguarding, which is the helmet part of the armor. So safeguarding comes prior to being made angels. Hence, fetching yourselves the finishing of your faithing, the safeguarding of souls, which spirits are contrasted with souls. Officiating spirits are angels. Safeguarded souls are still what is termed down established, beside angels. Hebrews chapter 2, verse 7. You made him, Jesus Christ, a little bit, yea, somewhat less beside angels. With glory and value you crown him and down established him. So down established is katistemi, down from above stand, beside angels. Again, in the unveiling of the Lord from heaven with the angels of his ability, who are the officiating spirits of Hebrews 1:7 and 1:14. So when we come down here to verse 10, we see when, as it were, he comes with the angels of his ability to be glorified in his holy ones, who are not, they're not the angels either. They're hallowed ones. Where then we also see faithing ones who are marveling at them being glorified. So when Christ comes with the angels, there's an glorification of the holy ones, and then there's the marveling of the faithing ones. This is what we have to understand according to when Christ comes again. It's not a rapture. There's much more to it. Again, when we go back to Hebrews chapter 1, verses 6 and 7 with the making of the angels, this is clearly when he, the Father, again, keyword, leads the aforeborn into the dwellage. So the again leading of the aforeborn into the dwellage is the second coming when the Lord of the house comes, Mark 13:35, where here Jesus is outlining the watch times, which are the four divisions of the night. All right, so when the Lord of the house comes parabolically now, begins at the first watch time, eventide here, where those being made angels here are according to what we're reading in Luke chapter 12, where the watch times are also mentioned here. The uplight of the fire is the first making of the angels as officiating spirits in a flames of fire, uplight. according to the first watch time, disappeared back here in verse 38, which is eventide. And then those who are beside the angels, who are not yet being made angels, are those who are the down established, down here. Here, again. Who is consequently the faithing and sober-minded slave, whom the Lord will down establish. Again, beside angels. Beside angels. Where if we come down to verses 47 and 48, where we see beatings, those not prepared, having not done anything according to his will be beaten much, and then the one not having known him, but the one doing the things worthy of the plagues will be beaten little. Then we have the but here, see? But everyone to whom much was given from beside him, much will be sought, and to whom much was beside set, or we could say to whom much did the beside setting, to the one who much was beside set, abundantly more they will require in regards to him. They who? They, the officiating spirits, who the beside set will be beside. Okay, so these are things that we have to begin to understand in the parables of Jesus, so that we're not dug through when the thief comes. When Jesus said, "Hence watch, since ye do not perceive what kind of day your Lord comes," well, the kind of day is the kind when the angels will be dispatched into service for those who are down established, who are watching and sober-minded. All right, but if the watering mighty one of the dwelling had perceived in what kind of watch time the thief comes, he would not, as it were, permit his house to be dug through. So the kind of watch time the thief comes is the kind then when the foolish virgins will be locked out of the wedding feast at midnight, Matthew 25:6, Matthew 25:10. And the parallel to Matthew 24:43 is Luke 12:39, where it's what kind of hour the thief comes, which it's the same kind of, it's just narrowed down now to the audience, where the watch times are outlined here again. So what we have to understand is that when the Lord of the house comes at eventide, those who come into the wedding feasts here are the first making of the spirits into his angels, who are being dispatched into the service for those who have to fetch the finishing of their faithing into the surround of the safeguarding, where they have to prepare to enter the wedding at midnight, which then is the second watch time conclusion named here, Luke 12:38, which is midnight here. When those then who are prepared, Matthew 25:10, enter in the middle of the night, verse 6, where those then who are dug through are locked out, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us," into the third watch time, where here in verse 38, there is still a blissful are those according to the sign given Peter, which is the third watch time. There's no blissful for the fourth watch time, because that's the curse of Matthew 25:41. So again, the angels here that are with him in a flame of fire are the first uplight here at eventide. Disappeared. Eventide has disappeared in Luke 12:38 because they come into the wedding first, and they're dispatched out of the wedding is into service for those who will allot safeguarding, who are down established before midnight, which is the rapture. The great affliction is the third watch time, who the outchosen of Matthew 24 are third watch timers.